What's up YouTube? This is Dave with D2 Fit Life, and I wanted to give a third review on why BAS Body Action System is really good for the martial art that I practice, which is Krav Maga, our overall tool for self-defense application. So the first thing I will talk about is the 360 defense, or the 360 defense in Krav Maga. So if you're unfamiliar with what that is, it's basically a defense that is 360 degrees coming up from here. It's a shield, so and then it'll come here and then underneath, so like a circle or a 360 in front of you. So in Krav Maga we also strive to punch on every single block if possible, trying to make it all simultaneous, or what they like to call one. And so it looks something like this: your hands coming out and you're hitting, and you're blocking and hitting. So you're blocking and hitting almost simultaneously. Now a lot of new students, when they come in, what's hard for them to grasp is that the 360, even the blocking part, it's not actually a block, it's really a strike. So it's a striking block, it's a combination of it. So I'll just go ahead and show how the BAS Body Action System can help on developing the 360 as a strike and not simply just a block. So if you can imagine basically a big overhand right or an untrained attack coming at you, if you look at the BAS here, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like a big old wide strike there, an untrained attack. That's why it's perfect really for practicing the 360 defense. And I'll just go show you guys slow real quick. So ultimately what you're trying to do is line up your wrist with their wrist, and you're not waiting for the attack. So you're attacking their attack. So if you see it coming behind them or you see it, you're attacking it. You're not going to wait for it. And it's a strike. So I'll just go ahead and demonstrate a few of those. And that applies to a 360, so you can do it to either side and work on your explosiveness. Ultimately, you're going to follow up with more combatives, move off channel, and do a lot more, but we're not really going to do that right now. Just focusing on working on our striking part of the 360. So as you can see, you can build up your explosiveness there. You can work on your striking, and you'll be able to land more explosive, faster 360 by utilizing BAS Body Action System. So another cool move is the transitional hammer fist. And self-defense, in Krav Maga especially, we do a lot of transitional hammer fist. So if there's somebody on the side of you. So if you're here and you see somebody on the side of you, or even if you're more of a fight stance, and you see somebody on the side of you and you need to transition, the BAS Body Action System is actually excellent for that, because it provides a head-like shape that you're actually going to land on. It's going to be similar to doing it to somebody who is a real person. So that's just a few side hammer fist transitions. It's not really the how-to on how to do it. I'm just showing you guys a few cool moves of why the BAS Body Action System's pretty cool for self-defense. Next thing I'll show you guys is some inside defenses, and also I'll show you a gun defense. So there are several inside defenses for Krav Maga. I want to show you guys the BAS here. As you can see, I moved the pad very inward. So instead of it being a outward strike or a big strike like the other pad, it's an inward strike. So we're going to do some inside defenses against that, inside straight defenses. Just going to show you guys 1.5 or 1.5 defense, and also show you guys simultaneous defense. Keep in mind, It's not going to be exactly the same as somebody's hand. I'm also not following up, finishing, and doing everything. I'm just working on my coordination, my speed, my explosiveness on the first part of that. So what I'm going to do first is what we call the simultaneous defense, and the definition pretty much explains it. You're doing a defense and an attack simultaneously at the same time, so there's no lapse in between your defense and your attack. So the next defense I'm going to do is just 1.5 defense against the inside strike. It's 1.5 in nature, so there should be a slight gap in between your actual defense, your hand and body defense, and your attack. So it's not 100% perfect as a regular hand would be. You can't continue to bring it down and control and do everything you'd like to do, but it's pretty good for developing your reflexes. Also work on your footwork, which you couldn't have seen in this video. Once again, this is not a how-to on how to do each of these techniques, but just show you some of the application. Next, I'm going to show you how I made this work for gun defense, which would be similar to knife defense or any other kind of defense you'd like to do. The configurations options on the BAS Body Action System is awesome. You can just do so much with it.